Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by a grant from Jamie Grant. Thank you, sir. Hello guys, welcome to today's Captain's Blog. It's 12:21 hours on Friday, May 19, 2017. Hi.
Hi.
I just came to say hi.
Oh, I should show. I want to.
What? What do you got? What? Oh, hey, there's stuff. Look at that. So these are for sale. This is a thing.
Yep, we're putting them up on the website today.
Cool. Morning, sir. How you now?
I've been fairly well.
So you're ready. Your time has come. Are you excited? Are you scared?
Pretty excited.
Yeah?
We're just hoping to get there soon.
Okay. Think it's gonna fly?
I think it will generate lift.
Okay.
Is it gonna fly though? Is it gonna stay flying?
That's the.
Depends on think a lot on if he's flying or if I'm flying it, but it'll be just flying.
So he can fly.
He's flying it. So he's
You
flying.
take it for the maiden.
I'll try to.
That's how it works.
Should I?
You got the radio? You got a battery?
The light bulb.
Okay. You want to drive here?
For a few minutes and then I gotta go.
Okay. I have a feeling this won't take long.
I also have a feeling it will take long.
Okay. You got a battery? You got a radio? Okay. It's gonna work.
Are we gonna go to the parking lot?
We're gonna go to the park then. Little wheels won't take off on grass.
That's what I thought.
Oh, they will. It just won't work at all. If you got a good enough headwind.
Hand launch it. Provided it flies.
I noticed there was like a little bit of wind, but I didn't think.
Hey, Batman! Yeah? Lucas is gonna maiden his own plane. You wanna come see this? It's gonna go great. There's not gonna be any problems. It's gonna be perfect.
Yes, it will. Just watch.
Hey Chris,
Yeah?
I'll stay close on him so we can actually get a picture of the moment when his heart breaks.
Okay.
That's okay.
It's gonna be fine.
I'm more worried about the actual wings.
The thing you have to be worried about is not hitting someone's car.
All right.
That's the main goal.
I most want to see if this thing can actually get off.
Something down and get off the ground.
It's a matter of will it stay off the ground for very long.
Getting off the ground is easy. I'm very good at getting off the ground.
Hi dogs.
Getting back onto the ground
In one piece.
in a manner that is not described as impact. That's tricky. Alright, so we're going to give you a nice straight takeoff here.
The breeze is out of the east
Yeah,
though. So we're gonna have to.
We're going to go over this way. I just want to see if I could talk him into a crosswind takeoff with a brand new plane on the maiden flight.
Crosswind takeoff.
That'd be great. Yes, do it quickly. You ever see the Wright brothers' first flight? That's what you're going for. Okay, just a nice straight takeoff and then a landing. You're just going to hop it. Okay, so we're going to start right about here. You're going to go straight that way. Put the battery in. free flight? What are you checking for? Left is left and right is right, and then it moves. Up and down is up and down. Check throttle. Woo. Okay. Give us a beautiful takeoff. Hey, it's up. No! Jesus, God. Okay.
Little movements.
Little
Back off the throttle. Oop. He didn't hit the car.
Not hit anything except the ground.
Look at the silver lining.
You didn't hit any cars.
Rule of thumb. Rule of thumb. When you're getting in trouble, it's throttle down.
Dumb enough to try that again? Yeah. All right, let's play Press Your Luck. It's gonna be great.
Big bucks, no whammies.
You hold this?
I remember that.
I do too. I used to watch it all the time. That's a way back.
All right, you've done your pre-flight, your battery's in. You go to that end and launch. I'm gonna stand on this end and try to
Not
catch
die.
if it needs to.
I'm gonna go back here. That way I can catch if it's gonna do a kite to you or.
Just landing, just chop throttle and let it float down.
Yep.
Keep the wings level, cut throttle, and just let it
Okay.
get the energy off.
Sounds good.
Let's go a little farther down.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
You're gonna want to go over to the light. Less shuffle, more hustle.
You just lost one of your pins.
I know, I saw it.
Ugh, pin.
I just saw it was tied up with the. So you mostly fly airplanes, right?
Yep. What I was saying is rule of thumb. When you start getting in trouble,
Yeah.
automatically throttle down.
Throttle down.
Throttle down.
I will.
It's right under the wing. The other one, there's one right there, another one back over there.
What are the odds that this thing lands? I'm asking for odds. Not enough.
3 to 1, it's gonna crash hard again.
Yes.
And remember, make small movements with the controls. Here's the transmitter.
A little bit.
Do all your pre-flight.
Where should I wait for that car?
Depends on which way they go. They're going the other way, so. Good job. Shit. Yeah, get a little more speed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Huh?
Good job, sir.
It could have gotten a lot worse.
It could have gone.
Low battery.
Low battery.
What you do?
Alright. Hey. You went to
Chris?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So, he didn't break it.
He didn't break
He did better than I thought he would.
Considering it's older than him, probably.
Oh, that plane goes back a while. It's too cold for this shit. It's
And
too
you're in a
windy.
jacket.
Yeah, I'm in a jacket and I'm still cold.
I've got my own fur coat on.
Oh, you're... Yeah. I've seen you without your shirt on. You look like a 12-year-old Dutch girl.
Can't help it that I'm sexy and sleek.
Oh, you're a pretty man. That quality machine.
Chris, I'm doing my best. My son's gonna try and get me the stuff so we can get a sample panel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was... We'll be back. Kid had his maiden, he doesn't have to buy any parts. Oh, that was expensive.
What? That's expensive?
It was.
This part itself, no. But
Yeah.
the problem that it caused, yes.
Yeah, when you have a melted, arced out part on your incinerator, you had a bad day. Alright.
What happened? What made that problem?
So how do you feel?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah? It got off the ground under its own power. It flew. You should disconnect the battery. That probably should have been the first thing you did. Maybe. Okay. We'll take this and put this on the truck. We'll be back. Hi there, guys.
Rolling on yellow. Rolling on white. Rolling sound.
Green's rolling. Sync, please. You good, Steven?
Feels weird.
You're Dutch by like 2 degrees, just barely.
I don't see it.
Your left. Just a little tiny
I
bit.
seriously don't see it.
Alright, don't worry about it. You're shooting at me at an angle anyway, so nobody will notice it.
Well, now they'll remember that when they watch the captain's blog and comments on the main video. And it'll be all your fault. Did you see the
It's a laser thing.
see the warning about explosives?
Yeah. That's pretty common for hospital kit. Don't get fired.
Are you ready?
I'm good, yes, sorry.
Okay. Mark. Hi there guys, I'm Chris Boden. Welcome to the Geek Group. In today's equipment autopsy, we have a, what is this? It's a standalone cooling system from Surgical Laser Technologies. It's part number 0101-6090 revision 3, serial number 75. They sold a lot of these. And this is from June of '96, and anytime I get to play with something that has a sticker that says explosion risk if used with flammable anesthetics, you know it's a good day. See what I did there? You won't, because it was edited the fuck out. Professionalism.
Don't do that to me. You don't know what I'll do with this.
I know what you'll do with that! I set up like the artistic shot. Because I'm a professional.
You don't know.
Alright, so I'm not entirely sure what this actually, like how it works or anything. But I think, just at first glance, it's some kind of pump. And which is good. I get to do a lot of pumps. And it does this. So I think a thing goes in here, and then you latch it, and I see a little wheel with rollers on it. It's right down in there. It's really hard to see, but there's a little wheel with rollers on it. So before we really tear into it, it probably still works. So I'm going to grab my plug here. We'll fire it up. Let's see what happens. And nothing lights up. Nothing moves. Okay. So it doesn't work, which is probably why we got it in the first place. So knowing that it doesn't work, let's open the fuse port on it and see if it can be fixed in any of the instant, really easy ways. Hey look, it comes with a spare fuse. The fuses look good. But I've been lied to before. Let's find out. Grab my multimeter. That fuse is good. That fuse is good. Just going awful hard on the fuses. But it has to go in a certain orientation. Yeah, okay. Auxiliary fluid switch, CO2. This is a CO2 inlet. Alright, we'll try it one more time. Maybe there was a loose connection or something. Okay, that is not the safety switch. So, now we tear into it. But just because we don't have it working yet, doesn't mean it won't be working by the time we're done. So I'm going to start with taking the back off. continuous piece. Now, as you look at the bottom, this is a thing to keep in mind when you do something like this. When you look at the bottom, you'll see that there's things that look like this. Can we zoom way the fuck in? Yeah. Alright. You'll see that there's things that look like this. This is where this piece of metal is welded to the bottom, and there's the bottom, the end of a bolt. So you can tell that something inside is bolted through. And you can see there's a lot of random stuff. You'll see patterns like these and these are mirrored. So this is probably one continuous thing right here. Or it's a match set of something, but it's probably one continuous thing, and that thing is probably somehow this thing as well. And then you'll see these, which are just the feet. Frequently, the feet screws are actually holding more than just the feet together. You'll see that a lot. I don't think that's the case here. I think these just hold the feet. But you also see around the perimeter, I've got 2, 2, 2. These bolts are a little different and they match. All the bolts in the middle have little lock washers on them. These bolts don't have lock washers. They're evenly spaced and they're around the perimeter. So I don't want to just take off all these bolts because a bunch of stuff will just fall down loose inside. I want to take off just these bolts to start, and that'll probably remove the bottom off the case. If that doesn't, then my next step is to take off the feet. But I think the feet are a separate thing. So my hypothesis is that I would take off just these 6 perimeter bolts, and it'll come right apart. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to pop the knobs. Oh, wait, I got little grub screws on the knobs. So I'm going to pop those off. Don't have a proper set of Allen wrenches, it'll fit. I totally have a set of Allen wrenches. Or I used to. Yeah, I got a set right there. That's probably what I need. Size of you. 16. Well, I have part of a set of metric Allen wrenches.
Take a moment and call Batman.
No, it's alright. So I'll just take this screw out like that. Slip that one in there. That just comes right off. This comes on a little bit more enthusiastically. Oh, wait, is it? That's because there's 2. And that one just comes right up. So take the knobs off before you get really into it. Set that out of the way. Now we'll take these off as well. If you have a pair of pliers and they look like that, and you don't know why, the reason they look like that is so that you can open them up, slip it over, and now see how this bites down. When the handles are in this position, this bites down all the way. If it's in the bigger position, now you've got a gap there. I mention that because I have a friend who had a pair of pliers in her kitchen drawer for years and was absolutely amazed when I did that. I was like, whoa, I didn't know they did that! I was like, wow, really? So, turns out that's not a thing people know. Alright, the switch is still in the front, but I think that's a snap mount. everything else. Should be able to just, yeah. All right. Now we got some fun stuff. We've got a power supply up here, some control stuff, things.
Nobody can see the at the moment.
Here's what it looks like. Got a lot going on. I'm kind of curious to figure. I think the reason it's not working is a pressure switch. Like it needs pressure to do stuff. So let's look at this for a minute. I think before it's all done, I can make it do something. I see a little pump, I see a filter, there's some fun stuff to this. I'm going to get this disconnected and out of the way so that we can get into the rest of it. I was not expecting to find a circuit card in there. Oh, watch this. See this connection right here? Where you've got the tube and a little ring piece separate from the main fitting? If you pull down on the ring piece, while pulling up on the tube, it'll come right apart. Really easy, fun to work on, very common type of part. You'll see these a lot. I'm going to pull that tubing right out of there because we're going to want to come back to that. There's fun stuff to do here with tubes. This is actually a little valve. This is an interesting valve too, because there's a valve here, but I've got this movable fitting here and it goes off that way and this way and this way. There's a lot going on here for this little tiny valve. So that's a fun part to keep. The other one is just a potentiometer and that's boring. So, and there's stuff hidden. There's things behind this. I'm going to open this up. This toolbox. How many fucking tools in it? There's no way I get this low. Yeah. Every now and then God smiles like that. Most of the time he just pisses down the bed. Oh. Oh.
Please remember that kids watch our channel.
Yeah, I figured you'd edit that out. Alright. Let's pop these out. Nylon. So the nuts that hold these on are called nylocks. Now, a regular nut will look like that. You're used to seeing that. Now a nylock, they're thicker and they'll look like that. And what it is off the end of the nut, like hooked on top as part of it, there's a nylon ring and it's basically just a soft plastic that smooshes down around what you're screwing it onto. It smooshes down around the bolt and it makes it stick there better. Like, so if it gets loose, and because of vibration or it wasn't put on properly, it won't just wander around. Well, that's neat. So that's just an orange light. These are actually buttons that light up. There's our control system. So this is the brains of the operation here. those out, leaving just these. Pull that out, leaving just this. I can just unplug. So there's the top, and all that's left in there is the switch and the potentiometer, neither of which do we really care about. Now we're down into the fun parts. So we've got a power supply, and we don't need that. Now you can tell this is the power supply, largely by just, it's got that look of a power supply. There's a company called Lambda that makes a lot of these for everybody. They're really commonplace. And it's just got that power supply look to it. I'm going to take you off. So there's this one spot right here that has a whole bunch of wires going to it. And in this particular case, they all have the same color code. And it's just a bolt welded to the chassis. And you'll also see this symbol right here. This is your chassis ground. And it's just a 0 voltage reference for everything. The reason you have stuff like that is, one, it gives you a safety system, because it helps make sure that if one of the wires touches the chassis inside, that the person operating it isn't going to get electrocuted. But another important thing is to remember that voltage, any voltage, always has to have a reference. Volts is a unit of potential difference. So when you're dealing with electricity, you can say, well, I've got, like a battery. Battery is a really good example. A AA battery is 1.5 volts. But it's only 1.5 volts in reference to itself. From one end of the battery to the other end of the battery, there's 1.5 volts of potential difference. So think of it like a waterfall. That's how far the volts have to fall. Okay? You can have differences really, really high, like when you walk across the carpet in your house and you touch a doorknob and get zapped. Well, as you walk across the carpet, you're building up static electricity, and you can have 50,000 volts built up. Easy. It's really easy to build up 50,000 volts of static electricity. And it doesn't, you don't feel that. You don't feel anything because your voltage from one hand relative to your other hand is 0. Even though relative to the doorknob, there's 50,000 volts of difference. The voltage from one part of your body to the other is just 0. And if you have a friend who's walking across the carpet with you and they're built up to 50,000 volts of static electricity, you can touch them and you won't feel anything because the voltage between you two is 0. So, if you have this box and you've got the power coming in where you've got line and neutral, well, that line is going to be at 110 volts, the neutral's at 0. But the neutral's at 0 volts relative to the generator at the power company. You've got to have a way to make this frame safe. So you connect the frame to your neutral or your ground down here. This is a 3-pin, so you've actually got a ground as well. And the ground is relative to 0. And you get them all, everybody on the same page, and then you've got a 0 voltage reference so that all your volts are the same and the chassis is safe and all that jazz. I'm just going to leave that connected on there because I haven't figured out where that goes. I'm just, at this point, giving this a good haircut so that we can get rid of the things that don't really matter to us. Oh, that's a lot of ugly. All kinds of ugly. Judicious use of zip ties. a lot of plugs out here to things that we don't care about. You? It's not going to be you. It's not even close to you. It's Merc. Yeah, I have it over here. You weren't counting on that, were you? No. I've got a whole other set. That's right. Got skills. Ha! Yes. Captain Batman, come in, Batman. 7:64. Time, wow, that's gotta suck. Time is 17:47, Friday, May 19th, and Mr. Kidwell just went to Home Depot after hearing the lament of the Autopsy toolkit, because the Autopsy tools have been that for years, and we now have a proper set of sockets and Allen wrenches and screwdrivers. It's all really basic stuff, but autopsies are going to get a hell of a lot better starting next week. Thank you, Santa Paul.
No problem.
If there is a particular tool that you think I should have on the autopsy set, I absolutely support anybody who wants to send in tools for the autopsy set. We're about to add in a big pegboard here and a pegboard here. The whole thing's about to, that thing's going to go away. We're overhauling the whole thing. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Totally.
Okay.
Can you see it?
I can feel it. Go next door and grab Tom. Yeah, he's a guy that looks like Fabio, but he cut all his hair off. He's in Studio D right now.
Oh.
You gonna make it pretty for video? Okay. We'll be back. Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by a grant from Jamie Grant. Thank you, sir.